The following program is rated PGR. It's good for kids, teenagers, and adults. Some scenes may include
imagination.
If you like what you see, please subscribe and don't forget to ring that bell. Now on with the show.
I don't fit in, and I don't want to fit in.
The Walking Dead.
So what's up, dudes? I'm Willie Love. I'm your friendly neighborhood black guy, and I'm a black geek that loves The Walking Dead. Daryl Dixon, that is. Dudes, episode 2 is freaking killer. Just want to say the title of this particular episode, we'll call it Alouette. If, I guess in elementary school, I'm a 90s kid, born in like the late 80s, teenager through the 90s, so Generation X all the way. Still though, in like preschool or elementary, we learned this song, and it went Alouette, Jonty Alouette, and that's what really struck my attention with the title. And Alouette, actually, it's like some game or story or something like that in France about a lark, a bird that's a lark, and it's about pulling the feathers out of it, which is crazy to be a childhood nursery rhyme. But anyway, this episode, I was told, like, so my voice is messed up, and you know, I'm finally getting it back somewhat, so I wasn't about to do this video. And then again, I had so much stuff happening over the weekend, like my mom's birthday and whatnot. So it took me a while to get to this episode. But upon getting to this episode, I learned from a particular YouTuber that he thought, his particular opinion was that this episode was more or less like The Last of Us. I'm here to say, I love The Walking Dead to the end of freaking time. There's no way in the world that you can compare The Last of Us to The Walking Dead. Now, in this episode, there is something similar that happens, but it might be the only way to cure the zombie apocalypse or the walker apocalypse or what have you. And I'm just here to tell you that this particular individual, I used to like be so down with them and all that goodness, but over time, his opinion has soured about The Walking Dead, period. It's like, he used to be like, you know, a guy I could definitely get some information from. Now if I want to hear a bad opinion, I just go to his freaking channel. Not trying to say hate, I'm just saying, I'm down with The Walking Dead, and there's no way in the world that just because of this one freaking episode and one scene that happened to be a cure somebody invented. I mean, like, let's just take this way, okay? Zombie was not a term. It was a term invented by somebody else. It wasn't invented by George Romero. He made the first freaking zombie film pretty much, but the term zombie was not coined by him. It was made by somebody else. So all I'm saying is, within that, taking an idea and using it in something else is not like, I guess, copycatting, piggyback riding, whatever you want to call it. It's an idea, and maybe this is the only way, the only freaking way that we could possibly cure the zombie virus is by having this particular thing, which you've seen episode 2. The nun that helps out freaking Daryl, her sister gets bit just like old girl in freaking The Last of Us. She's pregnant just like the old girl in The Last of Us. And but the thing about the difference is, The Last of Us is more military orientated. This right here happened in a big cathedral-ass freaking church. And it was more religious settings. That, and in The Last of Us, the girl didn't even, she got infected, but she didn't turn into that mushroom thing, you know, that they turned into in The Last of Us. In The Walking Dead, though, she actually turned all the way into a freaking walker. I mean, the whole gray-eyed, cricken, and veins. She was definitely freaking dead, but the baby had not died. And let's take it back all the way to, Dawn of the Dead, the remake, when they were in a freaking mall, and old girl that was what I think like Tyrese or something like that, was with the Russian chick, and she had a freaking baby, and that mug was totally freaking zombified, and that's because that baby freaking died. See, now if that baby would have lived, we probably would have had that idea already, but we've seen it in The Last of Us, so people are going to compare it to The Last of Us. But this is The Walking Dead, people. Sorry about my rant, sorry about my ramble, but I'm in my feels about people comparing my favorite show in the whole wide world to another zombie show. It's like, what, Generation Z or whatever that was on Sci-Fi for a minute? That show was happening and nobody compared that to The Walking Dead. But all I'm saying is this episode was freaking tight, man. I loved it. It was fresh. It was tight. It was Daryl freaking Dixon. Even when, like, you know, the whole moat thing, I'm surprised he didn't get a motorcycle this episode when it went to the freaking castle with the walker moat. I'm surprised he didn't get a motorcycle then, but I guess the whole focus was on them getting a horse and all that stuff. But man, there was so much stuff in there. And the walker moat, freaking awesome. But anyway, like I said, sorry about my ramble. Sorry about my raspy voice. But dudes, this episode was cool. I completely enjoyed it, and I think I cannot wait for the next one. So dudes, Sunday is all about The Walking Dead. If you have AMC Plus, you can see it at 3 a.m. AMC regular, 9 p.m. Dudes, I'm Willie Love. I'm glad I finally got to see this episode because this is not The Last of Us. This is The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon. I'm Willie Love, your friendly neighborhood black guy, and I love The Walking Dead, and I will check you later.
Pew, pew.